Hey, folks, welcome to our show here. We got a whole lot to talk about today. And we just found out that Social Security is paying 8-year-olds. We'll talk about that later on in the show here. Go ahead, Ted.
Well, we have just found out. I thought the money managers was okay with what he was doing. They upset too.
All right, people. I want you to enjoy the show that's coming up. Thank you.
Welcome to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Yes, sir, people. We are ready. Man, Mr. Bishop woke up this morning and said to himself that Elon had told us that 8-year-olds are taking my Social Security check. And I may not get a check because 8-year-olds are taking the money. And people believe in that stuff. Oh my God. What have we got going on here? It is absolutely true that 8-year-olds get money from Social Security because their parents work and they can't take care of their children because either they passed away or they're disabled or whatever. So they give the children a check in their name. And they have a payee that takes care of them. 8-year-old people, sometimes you might have a 2-year-old getting a check. Their name's on the check too because their parents disabled or they're passed away. So they're getting their parents' Social Security check so they can take care of their children. Nothing wrong with that. But these nasty heathens are using our children, these little bit small children who can't take care of themselves, and their parents can't take care of them because of whatever, and telling the American people that these 8-year-olds are robbing them. They got some balls. They got some nerve. They got, oh my God. Woe is us. Mr. Harvey, what you got going on here?
Well, I spend most of my time on the business channels and I'm listening to all of these lies that Biden is the one that's his problem. He the one that caused all this mess, and they got $2 billion the EPA gave to one of the people in Georgia, and they just spreading lies off of lies off of lies, and these people believe in this. I'm gonna say it, shit, and. They tell a lie.
I'm laughing, man, because this is too much. We just he got to keep telling the lie. so you can justify your theft.
I mean, you already said that they're giving checks to 8-year-olds. We already know that when a parent passes away, then they're entitled to Social Security, some form of payment. Now, it used to be $250. It might have gone up. I don't know. But the bottom line is that these money managers are bewildered. They are calling Trump, all of them, calling him, telling him, you cannot do this. You can't do this terrorist thing. This thing is messing things up. He don't know how the system works, bro. He don't understand that everything is connected. We are a worldwide country. We do business all over the world. And you have different mechanisms and parts that's coming from, it might be coming from somewhere else and then coming from somewhere else to make that product. This man don't understand how complicated, complex, woven that this world is doing. The only reason why we are in a $36 trillion debt is because these jackasses are spending money on military excessively. We blew $8 trillion in the 2 wars. And then they allowed one of the Federal Reserve people to raise the taxes up, the federal interest rate up at a bad time, and then caused a mortgage crisis, which cost the country another $8 to $10 trillion. It took a brainiac to get us out of this shit. And then as soon as we get out of this shit, you put another knucklehead in office and took us another $8 trillion. That's your $36 trillion. Because then it took another $2 extra trillion to help us get through the pandemic, $3 trillion.
Well,
people are stealing money left and right, bro. Stealing money left and right.
We're
They
here.
try to blame this lady and Stacey Abrams about a $2 billion. These suckers have stole billions and trillions of dollars.
Oh my God.
I can remember reading reports that they was required to do 2 meals a day for those soldiers, right? And they would get them the 2 meals at once in order for them to keep getting payments. You gotta get everybody gotta get 2 meals a day. I mean, this is crazy, man. These people, they made some makeshift Jeeps and people got blowed up. Man, I don't know, man. When you read history and you wonder, you just wonder because, you look at all of these different wars that we've had, and they say that there are 104 wars that are major wars, but as many more than 104 wars that they can count. But there's 104 wars that is important. Now, there's about 5 or 6 wars that were important to America. Of course, World War I, World War II, we got
Korean War, Vietnam
Korean
War.
we got the 1812 War, we got the French and Indian War, and French and Indian War, that's what they call it, but really it was the French and British War. So, this is crazy, man. War, people can make money off of war because you got to have a whole lot of product. somebody got to make all those uniforms to get out there. You know, if you need a special uniform, like going into the sand, so therefore, you know, you ain't got no regular green beret. You have to have a beige. So somebody's making those uniforms, making money.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody got to make that money making those armaments. It got so bad. I remember, and you know, I'm just that old. I remember when they was just giving these soldiers some rotten, crazy manufactured machine guns, and they was getting killed by using them, blowing up hands and stuff, because they was trying to make shift any kind of guns that they could make. But no, they didn't put those people in jail for making those bad armaments. It's crazy, man. Money, war is money. When there's a war, there's money to be made. So here we are now. We are in a peace standard right now. We are out of wars, but we are in wars because we shipped billions of dollars to Israel. We sent billions of dollars to Ukraine. Somebody's making that money. And you know what they say? Well, when we make those armaments, people are working. People making money. That's what we are to the world. Machinery. That's what we are. President Obama, I'm gonna tell you, President Obama was probably the best president that we ever had in his day. I'm talking about in the last 60 years. Because he was trying to bring capitalism as well as democracy all over the world. And he was on the right path. He was doing it. So I don't know.
Well, you guys in the audience, excuse me. All that loud noise back there was my neighbor cleaning his yard up. So I had to close the window. I can't get no fresh air. Anyway, if you, it's one heck of a thing to sit there and look at the news and stuff and see that the people in Wall Street saying that they have lost almost $4 trillion. And I'm looking at the news and everything, and the lady who was the announcer and the commentator of the show and everything, she said, wait a minute. She said, well, what did you say? Did you say B? He said, no, I said trillion, $4 trillion they lost in market share. And all Trump had to do was open his mouth and say, I don't know. I don't know. Is there going to be a recession? And he said, I don't know. And the stock market went down 900 points the next day, and it's still falling because that stupid son of a gun now increased the tariff for aluminum and steel coming from Canada.
Hey,
They tried to tell. Yeah, they tried to tell him that tariff is tearing us apart, but he don't believe it. He just so stupid he can't believe it.
Trump put a emergency for electricity. He said that there's a problem with electricity because you know what that prime minister said?
Yeah.
They call him Primer because he's a different part of Canada.
Right.
And so this guy said, we're going to charge you 50%. And then you know what he said after that? And if you keep on, we're going to shut it off.
Mm-hmm.
And that's in Michigan, that's in New York,
And
that's
Minnesota.
in Minnesota. We're going to shut it off.
Yeah. And he talked with the governors, all those governors and stuff that he talked to are Democratic governors, and he said he spoke to them. And he told them, I said, this is not against you guys in your state. This is for your knucklehead president. So you all need to do something about him. And they got a stupid son of a gun who was a Republican from Minnesota. They asked him, so what did you think about that? Oh, well, our president said that there's going to be a little hurt. People got to hurt a little bit, but his policies are working.
That's the denial, bro. That's the denial. They're in denial in every way. They don't
They
care.
will not get out and say anything against Donald Trump. They will not say anything against him in public. Now, in private, they might come out and say something, but in public, they will not do it. They will not do it. And most of them are scared. But they're not too scared, hopefully, not to pass that CR that's coming up on March the 14th, a few days from now. You already know they got 30-some representatives who come from very, very strict red states that they have been told you're going to lose your job. The people that came out said, we're going to fire you. You're going to lose your job. And they got one representative down in North Carolina named Massey. He's a wild deer. And Trump done scared him to death. He done threatened him. You don't do this stuff, I'm going to primary you. Oh, man. So you got to rule by threat. You got to rule by the iron fist. You're going to pound these people into doing what you want them to do. But luckily, there are a few senators and stuff and everything who understand that the Wall Street and stuff, when they speak, you better start listening because that has to do with this country. You can't afford to lose $4 trillion in market share.
Oh, they're going to lose more than that.
I know it. But he said that's the
Elon Musk
start.
already lost. He already lost 136 billion.
Yeah, well, he's the man that got on the TV and said he looked down at his thing and said, "Well, we're gonna have to increase that because the stock market's going down further." as he was talking, he said it's going down even further. So I don't even know where they're gonna stop at.
Oh yeah, because right now it's at 227, and it's probably gonna hit 190 probably at the end of the week if it keeps going the way it's going. And here's the thing: is that every time it goes down, he loses money, and he only owns 10%. So the 90% of the people that has invested in it, they're selling that stock like it's going out of style. You know, if well, let me tell you this. A few weeks ago, we made a statement about Warren Buffett.
Mm-hmm.
Warren Buffett took all of his money and put it in cash. He started selling a lot of shares in Apple and B of A, and he put it in cash. He knew something was going to go down, bro. That man is smart. I've been studying Buffett for 40 years, and that man knows what he's doing. He don't tell everybody what he's gonna do. He tell people see what he's doing because they put it all on the internet anyway. So he took all. It was like almost 150 billion, or maybe more than that. He took all that money and just took it out of there and put it in cash. And you know why he did that? Because he knew that the stock market was gonna go down.
Yeah, longer they stupid son of a gun are going to keep on with them stupid tariffs.
He knew it was going to go down. And
Yeah,
so
and
therefore now he's just waiting for opportunity. Now, what's the
right,
best company to invest in? That's what
right.
he's doing right now. He's researching right now. He probably already
He
know
looking
what
to,
companies he's gonna
and
invest in.
he's also looking to see how much pressure the Wall Street going to put on to their president. How much pressure they going to put on to make him stop. And once he stops, he's going to dive in. So, yep, this is it. And take all them cash dollars that he done took out and start buying up that stuff that's already been depreciated.
And then all of a sudden everything gonna start going back up.
Everything will start going back up. And they're
And
going to
that's
keep
where he's
on.
gonna make his profit.
Yeah, that way he's going to make his profit. But all them poor folks who got their 401ks and they buying their little stocks and stuff, they done lost a lot of that money. They done lost money. Mm.
Well, Finch, the CEO of BlackRock, said that Bitcoin lost over $1 trillion.
Yep. Yep.
Lost over $1 trillion.
Yep. It
You
went
know,
from 105,000 a Bitcoin down to it dropped down to 78,000 last night. And it's not, but it's coming back up now because guess what? There's gonna be a whole lot of people and they're gonna be start buying that stuff up at $78,000. They're gonna
they
buy it.
fools.
No, they're gonna keep it. It's gonna go up to it. It's gonna go up.
Well, if they go up, then they're gonna probably go up and wait till it go up, then sell it again.
No. They're already buying it. They're buying it now. That's why it's going up. We hit 78,000, and a whole bunch of people then bought it because it's shooting up now. It was at last night at 9 o'clock. It was hit 78,000. Right now, this morning at 8:30, it hit $81,000. It then gained $3,000 in less than 24 hours, and it's
That's
going
good
up.
time.
And it's going up. So all them people who went out there and did it, they done bought them Bitcoins and stuff back up. Now they done made themselves $3,000 off each coin already. And it's gonna go up. Because guess what? We are going to be a society with digital money. It is going to go up. Cryptocurrency is going to go up. No matter what, it's going up. We can't stop it.
That's what you say.
It's going up. I guarantee you. It's going up. They said it's gonna hit 200,000 this year. It may not hit the 200,000 this year, but it's going up. It's going back up.
Well, everything that I'm reading about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, a lot of them are losing money. These companies are shutting down, and our president is still advertising for his watches and his meme coin.
Mm-hmm.
I say advertising
Mm-hmm.
on the radio.
Mm-hmm. 6 years ago, I watched a good friend of ours. You know him also. It was at $59,000 6 years ago. He turned around, and it wasn't a week later, it dropped down to about 30-some thousand dollars. He lost almost half his money on that big drop. That was 6 years ago. This year, it hit $106,000. If he had kept his Bitcoins and stuff and everything, he'd have got his money back. I don't know if he kept it or sold it, but it's going to go up. Just a matter of time.
Well, it's just like stocks. Stocks will go up too.
Yep, it's going to go up. It is going to go up and it's going to come back down. It's going to go up and come back down.
Well,
And
here's
in
the
that
thing.
and people make money in that rise and fall.
Here's the thing, though, man. Everybody say diversify, and so therefore, if you diversify, The thing is that the retail business is going down. And the reason why is because Amazon. You got Walgreens is going private now. They selling a lot of the Walgreens. They're getting ready to sell it. And I think we did a story on Walgreens with
They
this
already
whole
sold it. They
yeah,
already sold it. Somebody
yeah,
already bought them.
yeah.
They already been
So
bought.
so the point is that I'm making is that the people that owned it was losing money because it went from $22, $23, now it's down to $11. So it's a lot of people lost a lot of money. And the reason why Walgreens went down is because of certain things. I don't want to go into it, but the bottom line is that right there is going to hurt the consumer because they do a lot of pharmacy and they stay open 24 hours. So when your little baby gets sick, you can go there and you get your diapers, you can get your little medication, and all that kind of stuff. That's going CVS, same thing. So what are they doing? These
They
people are
are they
buying.
are they are shrinking their market out there. They're shrinking it down and stuff and everything so they can be able to start making more money. And they're hoping when Biden started negotiating drug prices and stuff and everything, they lost a lot of money and stuff there because they were dependent upon all the exorbitant amount of money that they would have to pay. But when Biden said we're going to negotiate those drug prices and everything, they lost a lot of money and stuff doing that. So now that Trump came back in and he told Medicare that they got to stop negotiating drug prices and everything, now these other big conglomerates now they're buying up these companies that reduce prices and stuff and everything because now they got to stop. So they're gonna make a lot of money off of this because those drug
Yet and
prices are going
still,
back
though,
up.
he's supposed to be for the American people.
Gee, he already told them people over there in the red state kisses behind. He don't care. He don't care about them no more. All he care about now this is his last hurrah. Either he's gonna be the king or the dictator, or they're gonna get him out of office in 3 years.
Well, they already one of the Congress people already put up for to impeach him, putting the paperwork together now,
He
and they
got too
might
many.
fly and they might not.
This a bad time to try to impeach him and everything because he got them Republicans scared. They ain't gonna vote to impeach him. They ain't gonna vote to put him out of office. They're not. They're scared of him. As long as he got them scared, the only thing that American people can do is vote them son of guns out so they can have a majority so they can do what they need to do. Only way it's going to happen. Only way it's going to happen. Man, I hate to
But
keep
no, they
talking.
need to impeach
I
both him and the vice president.
Yeah, I hate to keep but politics, man, it touches all of our lives. Politics touches our lives, no matter what the heck happened. This man said something, and now my stocks over there messed up. He don't say something and everything, and something else screws up. He don't say something and everything, and the egg done, man, he done told him after a while. He just told the people, "Damn y'all on them damn eggs." I don't care about no eggs. They keep bugging me about them eggs. He finally said, "I don't care." I don't care about them eggs. Ted.
Man, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say this. People, and maybe because I'm an athlete or I used to be an athlete. When you make a mistake playing sports, you get corrected.
Mm-hmm.
And they say you have to do better. You can't, if, you know, if you're not rebounding, or you're not playing defense, or you're not taking correct shots and stuff, you being accounted for, and you get scolded for whatever you're not doing the correct things.
Oh, or you get benched. They up sit over here beside me. You're not doing what I told you to do. Sit beside me.
Thank you. So in other words, you being accountable for.
Yes, sir.
So therefore, you say, "Oh, I got to do better. If I want more time, or if I want to play, if I want to keep starting, I got to do this. I got to do that." And so you correct yourself, and you
Right.
don't make those mistakes again.
Right.
Well, the American people is like this. He didn't sit you on the bench, told you. People done told you, not the coach, but the other people done told you that you're not doing the right thing, bro. You need to do this, do that, do that, do that, and then you still go out there and you don't do the same. You don't do what you're supposed to be doing. And now here we are. People don't do. You keep on making the same mistake over and over. You keep on making the same mistake and over. What you gonna do? You're gonna fail. And so that's what we're doing now. We're failing. We're failing. Not doing the right thing. They was trying to do the right thing in 2000. But you had all these ugly people over here, didn't realize that this right here is helping you. So keep on making a mistake, same mistake over and over. Keep on doing the same thing over and over, thinking that it's gonna work. It ain't gonna work. You can't keep treating people like shit. You can't keep on making the same mistakes and doing the same thing got you in trouble. Now it's getting you in worse trouble. So I don't know what it's going to take for people to just consistently realize that they cannot keep making the same mistake over and over and over and over. Life ain't that difficult, bro. It ain't that difficult. It is not that difficult.
Well, Ted, can we? I'm trying to think of something else that we could say or talk about. I'm tired of talking about Trump. That man just taking up too much of my daggone time and too much of the real estate up here.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna talk about.
Okay, go ahead.
Like it. You ain't gonna like it.
No, well, why not?
Maybe you will like it. I don't know.
Okay.
But today, when I went to my little therapy, we was talking about the Disneyland. And I used to take my kids to Disneyland all the time.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
And they was little tots, little kids and all that, I don't know if they even enjoyed it or nothing like that. And, I kind of enjoyed it to a certain degree, but then once they got bigger, and they want to ride the rides, and, I'm not no roller coaster person.
Uh-huh.
When I was a little kid, now, I used to love doing the roller coaster because, I went to, what do they call it? Riverside. What was that? Riverside, Ed? The roller coaster Riverside. I don't forget what it was. Riverview.
Riverview. Oh, okay. Riverview.
And we used to go there all the time. My mother used to take us there, and we would ride the roller coaster, and you don't care if you live or die. You over there, you on the roller coaster. Hey!
Right.
So the point is, and what I'm trying to make is, the Disney has got all of these little baby rides, and they got the fun rides, the little lightweight rides, and all that. It's a small world and all that. Well, when I was a kid, I used to watch Disneyland all the time, and the person and it sort of kind of gave me a reminiscence when I started talking about it, because the person was, she was a younger person that was working on me. And so she was talking about, yeah, I take my kids to Disneyland one time and all that. And I said, yeah, that's sort of kind of, I say, my favorite person in Disneyland was Annette Filatoni. Filatoni. I don't know if you remember her. I know you remember. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
Annette Filatoni.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Filatoni.
yeah, yeah. She was one of the Musketeers.
She was one of the Musketeers. Cute
Right,
little girl.
right.
And I was
Dark,
about 10
dark
or
hair,
11.
real dark black hair. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she was
Okay.
cute, boy. I was 10 or 11 years old. Man, I fell in love with that girl.
And that Funicello.
Yeah. And so, she was always one of the major features in all the little plays, play stuff they did. They had the
Hmm.
little ranch and all that stuff
Yep, she did
and
a few
all that stuff.
movies too. Yep, she was
Yeah.
very popular. Yeah.
So, and I was thinking about that. I said, man, to me, I was in a fantasy world because I'm living in Chicago at the time, and they was going to the ranch and ride their little horses and had their little boyfriend, girlfriend, little fallout and all that kind of stuff. And seemed like they was just living a good little life. Say, Dad, man, here I am living in, 3-story apartment complex, going out in the street, and, I had fun living in Chicago a lot of time. But the point is, but they seemed like they was living the life, bro. They seemed like they was living a life. They was living a good life. You ain't never hear about them working.
Hmm. Well, they did
The
work.
first,
They
yeah.
they did work. They was on TV all the time.
But I mean, I'm talking about in the little series that they had, you know, and it was I mean, it was quite enjoyable. And it sort of kind of took you away from your little challenges in life. Now I'm 10 years old. My first job, I worked at a grocery store,
Hmm.
stocking groceries. So making $1 a day, bro.
Yeah, big money, man.
Oh, that got me my squirrels and my Mary Jane candy.
Yeah, man, that's big money back there. $1 a day, that's big money. Yeah,
So
shit, you
I'm
can't.
just saying. But what I'm
Man, you
saying
came
is,
home and you was in rich, huh?
there you go.
You were
I,
in rich. Yeah,
I
you
made
was
me
nigga
$1 a
rich.
day, and I got paid every day.
Oh man, wow.
But the
This
Disney, if you ever watch the documentary of Walt Disney,
right.
he changed his flavor because he used to have a real dark Mickey, black Mickey Mouse,
Mm-hmm.
and then a lot of his, it was almost like a in the window. It was a insinuation of these mouses are all black, and they talk funny and had these little high voices and all that. And then he'd lighten it up, and then he started seeing people like it more, and they started doing better features of these characters.
Mm-hmm.
So he changed it up a little bit, and he became very, very famous. But at first, it was really a negative thing because back then in the 40s and 50s, they was doing that kind of characters. If you ever go into the museum, the Black Museum in D.C., they show you all of these different kinds of characters that they use to put down black folk.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but the thing is that because we had strong black leaders back then, strong black leaders back then, there was always letters sent to these people. There was always, not necessarily a whole lot of protesting, but these lawyers and these people did that because we wanted to be dignified people and treated with dignity. So those images that they was putting out there on TV, there was images that they was putting on in radio and all of those types of things. You know, people protest that stuff because they was denigrating a race of people, and we were they ball and chain. We was they, ball that they hit on a consistent basis, having us be clowns eating watermelon. And we didn't know. I didn't know that, but watermelon is one of the best fruits you can eat. One of the best fruits you can eat.
Not for diabetics.
But what I'm saying is it gives you nutrients as well as hydration. And the thing is, um, that was a thing. But now the thing is with watermelon, a lot of our black farmers, how they made their hustle. That's the history of watermelon. That's how they made their hustle. They would sell those watermelons for a dime or a quarter a piece, and they'll have a big truckload of watermelon, and people would buy them on the side of the road.
Ah, boy. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of history and stuff here. People with us, or a whole lot of history and stuff there. We don't, and I was as I was listening to Tia talking and everything, I was looking at how Walt Disney and stuff and everything when he created those cartoons that it would that how they got the cartoon to show up on the television set and he got the characters to move was he created an image on a piece of paper. He drew it out on a piece of paper. And as they walked and everything, he had to have maybe 15 or 20 sheets of paper and stuff. So, and each movement that they made, he drew that movement by hand. They had
Each
hand
move.
artists that did that. Where nowadays you look at a cartoon and stuff, it's animated and stuff through AI or wherever it is, but it's animated and stuff by pictures and stuff, and people don't have to keep on reproducing single pages. But it was such a revolutionary idea that he had that he became a very, very, very rich man because of that. And like Ted was saying, he created Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, and they did cartoons and stuff, and that's what people looked at. We saw those cartoons, and Walt Disney made so much money and stuff and everything at that time. He was revolutionary, and he took his money and stuff and created these theme parks. Now you look at these theme parks they have nowadays and stuff, and you will never even realize that how those characters and stuff were created, and how he used his money to build these theme parks. And now Walt Disney and stuff owns ABC and ESPN because they make huge, huge amounts of money because of that. And people come to their amusement parks and stuff during the summertime.
And
And
paid
yeah,
hundreds of dollars.
and now we used to walk into the park and spend what $15 or $20 for a ticket and stuff. Now you got to go in that park and you might spend $200 for a daggone ticket, and you might only be in the park for 6 hours, or they give you a 12-hour ticket or a 24-hour ticket, and they're making huge amounts of money because they're looking for hundreds of millions of people to walk through those gates.
But here's the thing, Ed, let me ask you a question. And maybe you might know this, I don't know. I think that there was a reason why people were attacking Disney. And I believe this with all my heart because Disney started making inclusion movies. They made a lot of movies that included blacks. Like, you remember Brady?
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of the girl's first name, but she's a singer from LA. Um, and she was a princess, and Diana Ross was with her. I mean, all kinds of things. You just had another lady who is her name is Berry. and it's almost like she was a princess,
Mm-hmm.
black, and these people didn't like it. These YT people didn't like it because you're not supposed to be black and a mermaid. Disney was inclusive
Mm-hmm.
because they know their audience was probably a large percentage of black people. We grew up with Disney. We watched Mickey Mouse. We used to love my grandkids. I sit up for hours. They always loved to watch Mickey Mouse, the
Mm-hmm.
little cartoons of Mickey Mouse and Minnie and Pluto. So he included every nationality,
Mm-hmm.
and he
Because,
did it with really respect.
right, just like you were talking about, and that Funicello, she wasn't really. I think she was Italian.
She was Italian.
She was Italian, and when you start talking about Italians and stuff, most of the people back then they were mafia,
Yeah,
especially back then, because the mafia was really, really, really tough. To have her on there on that show and everything, being an Italian, it spoke a lot about what he felt about the different nationalities and stuff within this country. That it was okay to do that, and and a lot of times we kind of forget about the fact that people would use religion and stuff and everything to stop you from elected officials from owning office and everything. And they beat the crap out of John Kennedy and stuff and everything because he was a Catholic. And they thought at that time that he probably was not going to win that election and stuff again, against Nixon back then. But he did. He did win it because he was a very articulate gentleman and stuff and everything, and he had a feel and stuff and everything for oratory, and he knew exactly what to say at the right time and stuff and everything because he inspired this country and stuff even after he was elected the president and everything because in actuality he was the first one to start physical education in the school system. Before then, there was no physical ed inside the school systems at all. None.
really.
Yeah, they weren't.
Because as long as I can remember, we had PE.
Yeah, well, yes, did because but he was the one that first started. It told them that they had to have physical education, that the kids couldn't just go to school and be there all day and not have some kind of exercise and everything where they can get out and do some physical exercise. Matter of fact, I think and stuff at that time and stuff, they gave some different exercises and stuff to the schools and stuff and everything to use and stuff where the kids can get out there exercise. You run or whatever. They gave them all different methods and stuff of making getting the kids active and stuff and everything instead of just letting them walk out and play on the playground and everything. He said, "Hey, you know, you need to get out there," and that's how they got GAA started, Girls Athletic Association. The first thing where they let women and stuff get into sports.
Then it moved on up to Title 10.
Right, he was the first one and stuff that started all of that. They put education and stuff. Put a physical education class. You have to have that class, a PE. So anyway, there's a lot of things and stuff that we take for granted and stuff now that that past presidents and stuff started. And man, there's a huge history and stuff. There a lot of our children and stuff.
Carter is the one that started the Department of Education,
Mm-hmm.
and now they're trying to get rid of it.
Not trying to get rid of it.
We make progress in our social construct, and then people tear it down
Mm-hmm.
because, for whatever reason, because I guess it's because it's inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
One of the main reasons why they, when you bring in people that's disabled to go to school,
Mm-hmm.
or people that are mentally challenged
Mm-hmm.
to go to school, so that they can be viable citizens.
Right. So they can
You know,
get them. It was a move to move them back into society.
right?
Slowly
So they
move them
wouldn't
back in
depend
there.
on their parents because right now, one of our major grocery stores right here, they hired those types of people
Mm-hmm.
to bag groceries
Right.
so
Kroger's
that they
does it.
can have something to do and learn a skill.
Absolutely. Kroger's did it. And there was so many things that was done and stuff in our when we were coming up. Most people and stuff didn't realize why the government and stuff forced water people and stuff to put fluoride in the water.
Right.
There was a reason why they put fluoride in the water, because they had the kids and stuff and everything were growing up and didn't have any fluoride and stuff, and their teeth were starting to rot. So they decided that they wanted to do something and everything. So even if the kids didn't have a chance to have brush their teeth or have fluoride and stuff in there, they made the water company to put this in the water. And now today they're trying to stop it. You don't need fluoride in the water. People didn't realize that if you went to that when we started in stuff school, there was a certain time of a year where every one of the kids in the school would line up and go into the cafeteria. And the reason why they had to go into the cafeteria, this wasn't lunch hour, they had to go to the cafeteria, they line them up. And you stand up there, and there was a line of doctors and guns, and they would shoot you, inoculate the kids and stuff
Yep.
right there in school.
Yep.
You had to walk through that line, and they bam, bam, they would inoculate you. So they would try to get rid of measles and mumps and all the other kinds of diseases and stuff. And they
Whooping
finally, at
cough.
that time, chicken pox, they finally eradicated all of that. And now it's coming back because we got these parents and stuff who I'm pretty sure at that time and stuff probably were the ones, the kids who were getting inoculated. But now they don't want their children to be inoculated. It's causing autism or whatever. It didn't cause us autism. We had inoculated. We cured those viruses, those germs and stuff that was going around that the people were dying from. So now we're getting the measles back again. And you got
Well, you know who actually started inoculating people? It was a black man.
mm-hmm,
He's the one that invented the whole thing, and it stopped certain diseases that was going around.
because we were inundated, man, with all kinds of germs of diseases and stuff, scarlet fever, diphtheria, all kinds of stuff and everything that we were getting. I remember when I was a little boy and everything, I caught scarlet fever, and my parents had to take me to the doctor once a week to get some shots, man. That was painful, very painful shots. And they thought I was going to die, but I didn't. They kept me in the hospital. And Ted, I know a lot of people look at how be thinking about us and everything, and they say, "Man, you guys got to be old. That didn't happen." But at the time when we were young kids and everything, a hospital was a benefactorial facility. You walked into the hospital, they treated you, and you never got a hospital bill. You didn't get a hospital bill. You walk into the hospital, and most of the hospitals were ran by the Catholic Society, the nuns or whatever. They were up in there in those hospitals. And now all of a sudden, you find the insurance companies and everything. You can't go into a hospital now. It's a money making outfit. Just make money. But when we first start going, man, you can go to the hospital and have to pay anything, or they actually pay whatever you could pay. And if you can only pay them $10, that's what they took. That's it. Anyway, Ted, final word.
My final word is that keep your eye on one thing. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If anybody's out there listening, I'm gonna say this. In the payroll of 2023, there was $1.3 trillion sent to Social Security to pay Social Security. $1.3 trillion. to sit here and say that that's a giveaway. Your payroll paid for your parents and your grandparents' Social Security. And you are now paying for Social Security so that you can get Social Security. Don't let those people, and they're taking out money for your Medicare. That is not a giveaway. That is not a giveaway. Both of those programs pays for itself. Don't be fooled. Don't be bamboozled. Don't listen to those lies. And let me tell you something. You are not going to do better investing that little $50, $60 they take out of your check every month, if not more. 6%, that's what they take out, 6%. And then thinking that, oh, I can invest that money myself and I'll have $1 million. That $1 million ain't gonna last you worth a quarter in today's prices, bruh. Because you're gonna take that $1 million and soon you retire if you get a retirement pension, because you know these corporations don't give retirements no more. They do 401ks. They're gonna, and then you say, okay, well, I got $1 million for my 401k, and I got another $1 million I done saved. You ain't gonna save no $1 million. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. But if you okay, you got $2 million. That's all you got to live off. Let's say you're gonna live another 30 years. You done retired at 65. That money gonna run out. That little $2 million gonna run out because you're gonna try to live like you accustomed to living. If you spent $50,000 while you was working, you're gonna spend $50,000 while you retire. And next thing you know, in 20 years, that money is gone, bro. You ain't got no safety net.
Not a one.
No safety net. Don't let them fool you. You better be fighting for this Social Security, and you better be telling them what did they do with that $3 trillion Reagan took out.
So you better wake RR out of that grave and find out where that money is. Hey, Ronald, where that money? Anyway, people, we're about the end of our day here. I've enjoyed myself. At least we got a chance to get away from that knucklehead Donald. I hate to put that son of a gun in my head all the time, but he is there. I thought I had gotten rid of him in 2020, but he's back again, people, with a vengeance. He's back again with a vengeance like bad foot fungus.
The traitor, thug. He's a traitor, a thug,
and a
rapist.
34 count felon. A felon, a 34 count felon.
He's a criminal because, you know, anybody else would have been in jail if he did what he did with his nonprofit.
Jail. In the JIAL.
That's what they get. You get what you don't deal with. You don't deal with the person, just because his skin is white and he got blonde hair.
I can still see them signs on Interstate 75 going into Atlanta, and that sign says, "I'm a vote for that felon." I know
that folks, was a sign that they had.
There was a sign. There's a sign out there on Interstate 75 going into Atlanta. I'm gonna vote for that felon. I know
we'll see how you like that.
Whoever
right now,
bought,
you're feeling a little bit of it, but just wait another 2-3 more months.
Whoever bought that side is regretting it now. So that money was just thrown away.
There's a lot of people regretting it.
Oh yeah. All right, people. It's it. Bye. Thank you.